Whether you're interested in upgrading your existing equipment or designing a custom-built planter, the team at AgriVision Solutions is ready to help you plant excellence. We offer products that improve planting, liquid application, and harvest operations, and we are your local precision planting dealer.
Hey guys, it's Matthew with AgriVision Solutions. In today's video, we'll be heading to a customer shop to work on their litter spreader by installing a regulating valve on it. Then we'll be heading to another customer shop to finish up a V-Apply HD liquid system on a planter to allow them to have liquid fertilizer application during planting season. And then we'll be heading down to their other property to program their display on their tractor to let it know that it has a new liquid system. Hope you enjoy.
So our customer bought this old litter spreader, BBI bed. It had a T-Jet style ISO control module on it. Something wasn't working on it. He basically could never control his rate. So what he had to do was take the valve off, actually unlock this collar and either increase or decrease it to get hydraulic flow through the conveyor motor to get the drag chain to run. And he basically turned it to where he could actually see the rate on the display for what speed he was trying to run. Basically what he would do when he was going through the field is that whenever it would want to swath off, he just killed the PTO and that killed the bed. So what we ended up coming out doing was we put an ag leader 3-channel spreader control module on it with the BBI kit. He already has an ag leader Versa display with steer command in this tractor. So that's what we came out here to do. We ended up hooking all this up. The customer had a valve that was already on it, but it had water in it, so we could not control it. We checked all our wiring was fine. Customer got a new valve, put it on himself, went to go run it, and it would not run at all. The belt would not come on. So I came out here and started looking at it. The customer actually bought off an on-off valve. Well, with hydraulic flow, we're trying to regulate the flow, so we actually needed a regulating valve. So now we've got the regulating valve on here. We're gonna install it. And then do some testing to make sure that it's actually controlling the rate to whatever controlled rate he wants to run. So.
That's awesome. So guys, we need to make sure when we're programming this kind of stuff that whatever your rate control is, your increments is going to be at the same thing. So this thing will set to tons to the acre. So I put an increment of 500 thinking 500 pounds. And no, that's not. That's 500 tons. So we're not putting 500 tons of litter out. This thing would have been flying.
Belt creep issues. This will be anything with an ag leader or a Raven system. The new leader servo valves, Raven, they're older box style valves, and then even these T-Jet valves here. So if you have a belt creep issue, you can literally go to wherever your control valve is, your servo valve, that's controlling the flow to the actual drag chain itself or belt over chain. You take this locking ring loose here, kick on your PTO, make sure you've got a self-test speed or something in there to where you can actually run the hydraulic flow if you need to have a self-test in there. But basically what you want to do is unlock this locking ring here, turn it one way until we start getting some movement, mark it, spin it the other way till the belt stops, continue to spin it again until the belt moves again, mark it, and then basically what you want to do is put that dead center of those two lines so we know we are at true zero flow. Typically anytime we see belt creep issue is that right there, that valve for whatever reason or that cartridge has become uncentered within this locking ring right here. So again, Raven servo valves, these T-Jet servo valves, the older Raven actually box 743 valves, fast close valves, and new leader style cartridge valves. Something else to touch base on, guys, if you have these regulating valves, same thing with a Raven, new leader, or even this T-Jet valve, if your electronics or your display is messed up, that you can't get material off, unhook this, take a 9-volt battery, wire it into here, let that valve go open, kick your PTO on, make sure your spinners are shut off, and then just unload that chain. So it's a real easy way to test and make sure is your valve good, is your valve not good, is you know, if we need to get material off and the display screwed up or something. This is literally just a 12-volt on-off motor regulating valve. I used to take 9-volt batteries and just select it, hook to it, it opens the valve one way, switch your polarity, it shuts it off. So that's your tip of the day. Need to do is we need to put the liquid system on this Gen 3 2020. So the planter that we were just at is a 24 row with Delta Force VSET V drive, speed tube. It's got some smart firmers on it, but we just put 24 rows of Viaplay HD, and it's got a AgExcel GX5 hydraulic diaphragm pump. So the customer's tractor that actually runs that planter was actually hooked to a scoop and was actually out here, box blade was actually out here running automatic ditching. So we got to come out here and start adding this stuff to it. So that's what we're going to do. Going to set up equipment, add system, and then we're going to tell it we want to add liquid. We're going to add the product. We're going to call it starter. We're going to go back, and then we're going to go actually into the system itself. Select starter. And now you can see we have nothing on the rows. So I'm going to add hardware. I'm going to say Viaplay rate control. It's a black jumper, and we ended up tying all the way to the PDM, the power distribution module. So we went there. I'm going to hit continue, and I want it to assign it to all the rows. So I want to be able to control the total gallon per minute to every single row, basically planter wide. So I'm just going to select all. I'm not going to do anything here yet because we're going to have to actually set that when we hook up to the planter. So we're going to select done. I'm going to add hardware again. I'm going to go Viaplay HD.
we use the first black jumper, so it's just a black can jumper, and then we put them on every single row. So I select it all. I'm gonna hit continue. When it says flow source here, it's a Viaplay HD, so it has the internal turbines and flow sensors on it. If you select EMHD, so it's the electromagnetic flow sensor, or you could select Viaplay HD external, which would be utilizing this, but the turbines are removed and you're using an EM flow sense. But right now we got Viaplay HD and it's row by row, so I'm just going to select row by row. So now row 1 is row 1, row 2 is row 2, and I'm going to select done. We also have a liquid pressure module, so I'm going to select that. It's on the black jumper and it's actually on row 12, so I'm going to select row 12. I'm going to select done. So now what I need to do is decide on which buttons I want to take off, because I need to put a control widget on here to basically enable the pump itself and where I can actually put our target rate. So I think what I need to take out, we've got singulation here, so I really don't care about skips and doubles or the SRI. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the diagnose button up, and then I'll put our control widgets and rates right here. So I'm gonna close out of that one, and that one. I'm gonna add a widget here. I could have just drugged this and actually just moved it up, but I'm just gonna put it right here. I'm gonna add another widget. I wanna go to controls, wide. I'm gonna go to starter and take that, drag that dude over here. I'm gonna add another one. And now I want to go to a metric and see on a wide if we have anything as far as starter, row cleaner, starter, gallon per the acre right there. I want to see what else we got. I'm going to go starter. Check mark. So actually I want to move those. Put that there, add the widget. I'm going to add that starter one back, but I'm going to move it up. Done. So now we can go in here. That's where we'll be able to enable it and then put our target rates. Once we do that, then it'll actually show what our target rate is on a row by row basis. So there we go.
If you're a grower and you want to make your life a little easier, consider picking up a Precision Planting 2020 Gen 3. And if you're really cool, consider calling AgriVision about it.